Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Recovery Lab TV. My name is Chris. I am your coach and sports therapist, and welcome to our Thursday session. So today we specialize in upper body prehab. Okay, it's something that we do every week. Kind of our Thursday session is dedicated to corrective exercises for the upper body. So that's the shoulders, that's the upper back, the lower back, realigning, drawing back, and kind of down with the shoulders to help with shoulder injuries, back injuries, arm injuries, you name it. It's kind of all the physiotherapy exercises to training that we should all be doing that we kind of quite often neglect. So welcome, everybody. Let me know how you're doing in the comment section. Hopefully you're having a lovely day. Good morning, Paul. Well done. How you doing? And yeah, don't be afraid to be out there and just chuck your name up and say hello. Thank you very much. So the things you're going to need today are a little yoga block, okay, random I know, but you're going to need that for a few of the exercises. You're going to need one of these big long red bands. If I can grab mine, there we go, that's it, it's coming out somewhere. There we go, that's it. So one of these little 1 centimeter thick red bands, potentially something for your knees if you want to safeguard your knees for some of them, some of the stretches and so on, depending on if you're able to hold a press-up position or you're going to hold a half press-up position. Morning, Anne, how are you doing? And yeah, so it's just those kind of things for now. You're going to need a big long bar, okay, technique bar. So if you don't have a technique bar, then a dowel. If you don't have a dowel, hopefully you've got like a broom handle, a mop handle, or just if in doubt, I know it's not straight, but use one of these just to hold it dead straight, and then hold it as straight as you can as you're doing it, okay? So for everyone, just a quick note, apologizing for all the technical issues we've had for maybe a week now. Yesterday, apart from the start, was the first day that we kind of pushed through, and hopefully none of you experienced any technical issues after that. And hopefully all those issues are a thing of the past now, and we can move forward and keep delivering live sessions, because I think it's really important for you guys, because then that way it offers a opportunity for you to ask questions. Use that comment section as live as you can. However, if this then obviously becomes an issue again, what I'll do is I won't just stop the classes. I will make sure they're uploaded every day at 9:30, and it will come across like it's a live session for you guys, okay? It'll just be pre-recorded. So either way, I'm a firm believer in delivering these classes. It's a big passion of mine. I want to help you guys. I want to deliver this type of service for you guys. So please keep coming along, keep enjoying it, and hopefully get your friends and family involved as well, okay? So that all being said, thanks for turning up. Thanks for being here for one. Grab yourself a little bit of space. We're going to do some mobility for our upper body now, and yeah, we can get going. So to begin with, you're going to need your mat. You're going to come back. You're going to go in an all-four position. Okay, you're going to take your right arm. You're going to slide out, drop your shoulder, and then you're going to come up. You're going to come all the way around. Okay, so there's a little stretch down the bottom, dropping that shoulder, rotating that back. And then again, coming up here and then rotating as much as you possibly can whilst keeping your knees still in that position. Okay, so it's a big old stretch, nice and easy, nice and relaxed. And you're rotating around. That's good, that's brilliant. Good. That's it. Sinking your shoulder down. Follow your fingertips with your eyes. Good. Two more. Big rotations. Last one. Good. Swapping sides. Okay, so exact same again. Coming down deep as you can. Big rotation. Now some of you are going to be tighter on one side than the other. Okay, it's the kind of last 10% at either end of the range that you're kind of really focusing on. That middle part you should find relatively easy as you're stretching there and down the bottom here. it's kind of where you want to put your focus in. Slow it down, and not to rush it. It's about mobilizing the joints. You'll naturally get the heart rate up through the mobilization. Good. So last one. Good. Okay, so you may want something for your knees. It's not compulsory, but you may want an extra bit of cushion for your knee. Okay, what you're going to do, you're going to walk out, go as far as you can, stretch, and then walk it back. Once you get up top, I want you to draw your hips forward, take your arms from your hips all the way up, and I'm going to show you interlock and come all the way back down and draw through, okay? Then it's back out here, okay? So just like that, big stretch, keeping your thighs off, walking it back up, tall as you can, big fan out, behind your head if you can, back to there, mobilizing those shoulders. Good. One more. Brilliant job. Good. So from there, what you're going to do is the open book, closed book exercise. So by there, you're going to come in a 90-degree angle with your knees. You're going to place your hand just like so. Hand's going to go on top. You're going to slide it forward. Then you're going to open it up, keeping your shoulder down, aiming for the opposite shoulder to be down. As you tap the floor, you go straight down from this hand all the way to this hand, and those knees should be the same. And then coming back over, okay? So it's a big reach, stretch all the way over, tapping, pausing, focusing on the shoulder, not the actual arm itself. So big stretch. Good. From there, swap his sides, spinning around just like so. Set yourself up. Remember, nice right angle, okay? It's really important that your knees in line with your hips, ankles in line with your knee, and your back is straight, okay? Hands over the top, big stretch, big reach around again, drawing down as much as you can. For me, this side is a little tighter, so it means I've got to work a little harder towards the end range as you come through, but that is where the money is. Okay, that's where that development is. So if you want to get better, you want to increase that range of movement, okay, and then increase the strength and the performance. Naturally, you've got to spend a little time at those end ranges. Good. That's it. Two more. Last one. Brilliant job. Okay, so from there, what you're going to do, you're going to grab your technique bar, your pole, your big long stick, and you're going to just grab a little seat for me if you can. Okay, so if your legs are folded or they're straight, it's completely up to you. However, I want that back as straight as you can. So that means you're going to open up your chest. Okay, you're going to draw your elbows down. Okay, and if you've got a badge on your chest, you're going to show that off, just like that. Okay, you're going to hold your bar about a thumb width away from your knee. You're going to make sure your wrist is nice and strong. Okay, now a strong wrist is a straight wrist. It's not bent down. It's not bent up. It's kind of nice and straight, if you will. Now the difference is, notice how if I rotate my arm, okay, I draw and it opens up my shoulder. Okay, so by rotating the arm there, okay, helps me engage my arm. Okay, pretty much you'll see then the torque. Kind of imagine if you're holding a ribbon and it wraps around your arm all the way up. It's the same thing when you do your foot and you rotate your foot into the floor, and it's kind of like digging your foot into sand. It basically just gets more engagement out of it. Okay, so when you're there, don't just hold it nice and loose. Okay, because what you want is that shoulder blade driven in and the shoulder rotated back, so it doesn't cause that impingement here when you rotate up. Okay, and you kind of just want to rotate there, and then as you come up here, you're coming around as best as you can. Okay, now naturally you don't want to be hitting anything, so I'm going to move over so I don't knock my sofa. Okay, and when you're there, your kind of thumbs are holding it against your index finger, so you're not holding it tight, but when you come back over, it's exactly the way it was. Okay, so it's a little wide, over, slow and steady, down and back up. Okay, just getting that mobility in, but I want a straight chest so that back is straight. Now, if you can only get to there, that's fine. Come back down. All right. So there, all the way over, tap, all the way back to there. Good. Proud chest, tall as you can. Good. All right, from there, bring it nice and tall. Here, you're going to press up, keeping your head still. You're going to bring it behind you and in front of you. Okay. Now, usually when you press, I wouldn't ever recommend going from behind the head or on a lat pull down, pulling behind the head, because you end up extending your head forward, put a lot of pressure on the neck. However, because this isn't a weighted bar, it's a brilliant mobility exercise. It's brilliant for that kind of awakening activation in the shoulder joint whilst you keep your spine nice and straight. So it's just the arms waking up and the shoulders. Good. Two more. Good. Last one. Good. All right. So shaking it out, having a little rest a second. From there, what you're going to do, you're going to puff your chest up again. You're going to rotate those elbows and you're going to bring them a little closer this time, okay? So they're on the inside, so it's in line as it comes up. Now, it's really important that you rotate first, okay? Because you watch my shoulders. That's internally rotated. That promotes a rounded back. If I do that and push my chest out, it draws my shoulder blades in and down, okay? You're going to come up, tall as you can. Squeeze, so it should be in line with your crown. Come back down there, okay? So the proud chest, straight as you can with that back. Going up, tall as you can, squeeze in. You should feel that mid-back working really hard as you come up. So brilliant, keep going. Keep that head as tall as you can, that back up. Keep those arms level, those elbows forward, okay? It's really important. Good, 2 more. Good, last one. Good. Now, placing your bar there, okay, you're going to do exactly the same. However, you're going to come down, it's going to be chest down, okay? Your arms are now in the same position. Your head is on the floor, your feet together, your knees are off the floor, okay? You're squeezing your body, you're lifting up and back down. It's a super small movement, but should be done with the same pressure, if you will, the same contraction. You're squeezing as much as you can, okay? So coming down, going in 3, 2, 1. Big draw up. Pausing at the top, holding it for a second. Come back down. Now your elbows are going to want to stick out. It's really important that you rotate those shoulders, okay, so you can engage your lats. Keep it up, keep it going. 2 more. Good job, well done. Drop your 6 down, grab a drink. Let me know how you're doing in the comment section, how you're finding that. Are you feeling it in your upper traps? Are you feeling it in your lower back or your mid back? Okay, typically it's kind of where you bend from when you're holding that kind of bad posture. And it's going to be those moments where it kind of really challenges you. As you're here, you're going to want to learn to engage your pelvis so your back is dead flat, as opposed to you curving and feeling it right there, okay? Just tuck it under here so your back stays dead straight. All right, takes a bit of practice, takes a bit of comfort, but when you start loading it with then weights, resistance, all these compound exercises like overhead squats and so on and so forth, shoulder presses, press ups, you name it, it's going to help really engage that back, keep that back safe, just by doing corrective exercises for the shoulder, okay? So, same again. Arms nice and straight, rotating the elbows while rotating the shoulders. Proud chest, drawing up, let's go. Sit proud as you can. Back as straight as you can. There we go. Big draw up. Keep those arms locked out. Good, last one. Good, same again, coming down to the floor, okay? Spin around, make sure those feet are together, knees are off the floor. Arms are nice and straight. You're just drawing up, okay? Going 2, 1, and go. Engage everything first. Big draw up. Squeezing at the top. Really waking everything up. Good job, keep it up. Last one. Great job, well done. Chuck it down, let me know how you do it. So, should be hot and bothered just from those simple little exercises, engaging all those shoulders, those that upper back, those shoulder blades, okay, that have has a massive indication on how strong your back is the moment you can engage those shoulders, okay? Because if you struggle engaging those, you're going to really struggle with a lot of exercises and a lot of movements, okay? So I'm going to use a little cushion for this next one. If you want, do the same, okay? And all it is put yourself into a little press-up position, okay? Knees are down. Reason why your knees are down is because it allows you to focus on where you're focusing first. So although you could do it as a press-up and draw down and draw up, you end up curving your back and making here the focus as opposed to the upper body, okay? So by having your knees down, it allows you to focus a little bit more on the work, and effectively all you're going to be doing is drawing the arms forward, drawing them back, okay? So it's that little squish here, that you're drawing forward, drawing them back, drawing forward, drawing them back, and you're teaching your rhomboid, which is the little belt muscle that goes between shoulder blade to shoulder blade. It pulls them together and separates them, okay? You want everything else to be as solid as you can. So when you hold this position, your body is in line, you're squeezing your bum, squeezing your abs, then you're able to draw your elbows in like you would if you were doing a press up, okay? But you are dropping down, allowing the muscles to engage, and then pushing away. So it's there, nice and slowly, okay? So if you haven't already, give that a little go. Nice and controlled. Imagine having 2 seconds down, 2 seconds up. Don't let your hips drop. Good, 2 more. Good. So shake it out. Whilst you're shaking it out, okay? Very tough on the shoulders, yeah. What you're gonna do, you're gonna grab yourself a little slip pad, a little cloth, okay? You'll lock yourself in that position, and you're gonna spin your arm round like so, like you're cleaning the floor, okay? But keeping your body as still as you can, all right? So go to 3, 2, 1, holding that position, not allowing the hips to move. Good, opposite direction. Staying as still as you can. 3, 2, 1. Good job. Swapping sides. Clockwise first. So opposite direction. Keeping that body as still as you can. So 3, 2, 1. Good job. Shake it out. Nice and loose. Should have felt those deeper shoulder muscles on fire. So have a little drink, have a little rest. Let me know how you're doing in the comment section. Are you feeling it in the shoulders? Are you feeling it more on the back? Is it your arms or your lower back that's feeling it, just holding that position? A lot of us are going to feel in different places, potentially even our hamstrings, where that's engaging to keep the hips still, to keep the back straight. A lot of these things are completely normal. It's just when you then speak to someone, they'll feel it in some places, you'll feel it in others. As long as the technique is perfect, okay, you'll just feel it more in your weaker areas, okay? So if that's your hamstrings, right, then you're doing a shoulder exercise, but your hamstrings are going to feel it because they're not used to co-contracting, okay? So just be aware of that. You're not necessarily doing it wrong, okay? As long as you're able to squeeze your bum, squeeze your abs, okay, and your arms are directly underneath your shoulder and in line, you're doing it fine, okay? Just keep your head straight, and then that way it'll keep your spine straight, okay? So this next one, okay, going back to the start, having those thumbs underneath the shoulders, okay, drawing down with the shoulder, pressing away with the shoulder, okay. Good. Keeping everything as still as you possibly can. Good, a couple more. Last one. Good job, well done. Holding that towel. Right hand first, clockwise. Anti-clockwise. So last one. Good, swapping hands. Again, clockwise first. Keep that body as still as you can. Change the direction. Good job, well done. Shake it out. So big deep breaths, real shoulder burner. Should be building a bit of fatigue in there now as you're doing so. Yeah, okay. And it's those little things that are gonna really challenge you, kind of helping you as you're moving this and you're kind of doing that circle action. How much is that impacting your trunk? Okay, how much is it impacting your hips? Are your hips rotating? Because I see a lot of people that when they do the shoulder tap ones, their bums are in the air and they're rocking from side to side, which means you haven't created any stability for yourself. Okay, and if you haven't created stability during that exercise, when you then stood up doing something in real life, you haven't got that stability there. Okay. So then when you're kind of doing sports, running, walking, even kind of everyday life, you go and do something, all of a sudden you have these weak areas that haven't created that stability. So then when you go to engage them, they don't engage. So then you're relying heavily on one set of muscles when it should have a team of muscles helping that kinetic chain as opposed to just the one muscle group. And that's when it kind of leaves it open for kind of vulnerability and so on. Okay. So this next one, okay, working on what we just done, okay, you're going to grab your yoga block. Now, this one's a toughie. You've got this raised object, you're kind of by there, and already you're kind of uneven, okay? And actually you can see in my shoulder, if I do it this way, you can see in my shoulder, this one's naturally higher. And what I'm going to do is engage and drop down, okay? So I'm pressing and keeping level, okay? So as you're there, everything should be the way it was. It's just one hand's a little higher than the other, okay? Your hips are engaged, you're able to squeeze your bum, squeeze your abs, and you're drawing up whilst keeping that body in line, okay? So try not to come up quick and drop down because you don't want any ricocheting, okay? You want your arms dead straight and it's pushing away at that muscle here to engage. You're not using your arm, as in the triceps, to press away, okay? So, going 3, 2, 1, and go. Big press away, back down. It's a small movement. Good, 2 more. Last one. Good, swap the sides. Should already feel it in the wrist, the shoulders, as you're pressing away. 2 more. Good job, well done. Shake it out. Now it's a very isolated exercise, okay? It's kind of one of those ones that some of you may be thinking, what the hell, I'm not really feeling it, okay? Sometimes it's about that you're already strong in that position and those muscles aren't fatigued yet. The more you fatigue them in the next few rounds, the more you'll feel it, okay? Just stick with it, keep the body kind of engaged and the technique good, and you're going to be working those exercises, okay? It's kind of really good to do this type of stuff because it's generally we use one arm more than the other, okay? So it's about engaging here while we pull something with this hand or push it away. If you don't have that engagement, then all of a sudden you're kind of compromising things and you're rotating as you're trying to grab and pull. You end up using your spine then and your trunk more, whereas this will help engage the trunk, safeguard everything, and then use that arm the way it should do, okay? All right, so swapping sides. Big deep breath, keep it up, keep it going. Nice straight arms, engage everything as much as you can, then draw up, okay? Try not to have any pushing off the lower arm if you can. It's all about the one on the block. If you want more of a challenge, make the block a little bit bigger. Good, one more. Good, swap the sides. Last one. Good. Let me know how you're doing. Grab a little drink. Check a comment in the comment section. Yeah. So lower back, right? The reason why you would feel it in your lower back, okay? So if you have a weak lower back, okay, or weaker lower back, should I say, by holding this position there, or even here, it's to finding out what muscles are you working. Well, you're working all of them, okay? And it's saying, right, okay, just because you've got a group of muscles contracting, so like my bicep now, shortening, okay, the tricep is lengthening. So you've got your concentric, you've got your eccentric, and then generally if I'm holding a weight in my hands, my forearm is doing the isometric where it's contracting, but it's not changing its length in that forearm to keep my wrist strong, okay? So when you're holding that position, you've got all these other muscles working, okay, doing that isometric contraction whilst your shoulder blades, okay, are trying to do this. So they're doing the concentric and eccentric contractions, the lengthening and shortening, whilst your other back muscles, including your lower back, your hip, all the stabilizers in your hip, are working really hard to stabilize, you know, so they're contracting, so there is no movement in that area, okay? So the more you engage, the more you're going to feel it in your lower back, potentially in your abs, your hip flexors, your glutes, your hamstrings, because you've got to think that all those muscles are interconnected. You've got a chain of muscles that you're going to feel, okay? So if you're really struggling to keep your hips level, you could feel it while you're working this side. You could feel it in the opposite hamstring, you know, depending on tension, tightness, weakness, and all these factors, okay? So you've got one more round. Hopefully that makes a little bit more sense. And then we're going to move on to a different exercise, okay? So, just like so. Up there, this time, coming up, tapping the shoulder, okay? I want you to lift up, then tap, then straight, then down, okay? You're not pressing up and then rotating. You're going to want to rotate that body. Try and stay level as you do so, okay? That's it, let's go. Big push, tap, straight, back down. Should feel this on the opposite side of your backhand, potentially. Because that's going to be the one that's working hard to co-contract. One more. Good, swap sides. Press up, tap, level. Good job. Good, last one. Good job, well done. Chuck in your block out the way. How are you feeling, guys? Have a little drink. Let me know. Draw your shoulders back, relax, proud chest as you're resting. Little drink if you need it. Next one you're going to need is your towel again. You'll be sliding out in a presser position whilst raising that arm up. Okay, like we've done before. Working on that engagement, stabilizing our body as we then put it into a power movement as you're doing it, okay? So you're doing really well so far. Keep it up, keep engaged, okay? Have a little breath, slow it down. As you lengthen out, slow it down. That eccentric contraction your body actually finds harder. So the more you slow that lowering phase or that lengthening phase, right? Because it's not always the lowering phase, okay? The more you are going to really develop that strength, both from a neuromuscular point of view, so the connection between the brain and the muscle, but also from a neural level and a strength level within the muscle fibers itself, okay? So, how are we feeling? Good. Yeah, it's a real good work for a core. Yeah. So sometimes it's about raising that block level just so you can feel it a little bit more, because you're going to be strong within a certain range of movement, okay? And that range of movement is your typical everyday range generally, okay? But the more you increase that range of movement, all right? And that's the exercises we did at the start, where you're tapping and reaching around, okay? And then the more you increase the strength within that range, that's when you increase performance, okay? Otherwise, you limit the range. And then that way, if you have to really stretch, that's when you pull something, okay? Whereas if you're super strong throughout the way through the range, because your flexibility is really good and your range of movement and your control for that movement is really good, that's when you increase performance and you reduce injury massively, okay? So this one, as my left arm is bending into a press up, okay? I'm then going to lengthen out and back up, okay? So I slide down, back up. Now I'll show you the other side so you can see what that arm is doing. It's staying super close to my body as I press away, okay? And I'm coming out and up, and while my back stays dead straight. I'm keeping my thighs off the floor. I've got my knees on the pad just to help. Now, if you want to, you can do this in a full presser position. I'd recommend doing it on your knees though, so you can have a little bit more stability. You'll work just as hard, I promise you. You'll just have a little bit more control. So, getting ready. Right hand on the towel first, okay? Going 3, 2, 1. Big stretch out, tall as you can. That doesn't matter if you look like me or you're just going to there and that. But that arm stays dead straight, okay? Two more. Good job. Swap the sides straight into it, okay? Keep it tight with the elbow. Last one. Good job, shake it out. Nice and loose, draw it nice and tall, roll it back. Try and stay as tall as you can into this position. So when you're tired and you hold this position, your body will learn to remember to hold this position, okay? So relax your shoulders back, relax them down. Big deep breaths, okay? Doing great. You got one more round, and then we're stretching. Doing great. Keep it up. Big deep breaths. So, your best one now, okay? So, draw your hips down, keep it level. Set 3, 2, 1, let's go. Last one. Good job. Last time. Swapping sides. So let's go. Good job, well done. Shake it out. Little stretch back. Good. Holding that position. Big deep breaths from there. Slide your right hand underneath. Holding it, breathing it out. Good, swap sides. Good, from there coming up nice and tall into that box position, pushing it away. Big deep breath. That's it, drawing it down, curving your back. That's it, from there, rotating it around. Hope you're feeling good. Hope a lot of what today made sense and you're feeling it. So swap sides. Good, shake it out, and last but not least, if you can, place your arms up on a raised object, legs nice and straight, nice and tall. So absolutely amazing job, guys. Hope you enjoyed yourself today. Hope it all made sense. If it doesn't, don't be afraid to ask, whether it's in the comment section, on the discussion board on our channel, on some other social media platform. If you want to send me a private message on those platforms, then crack on. I'd be more than happy to answer any questions you have and kind of help you, okay? Because the more you learn, the more you invest, the more you'll do it. And it's just all coming from understanding why you're doing what you're doing, okay? Absolutely phenomenal effort today. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope the connection was absolutely seamless, because that's what I want. That's what I want to give you. I want you to enjoy these sessions, and obviously technical issues, as much as they're out of my control, I'm going to try and do my best to sort everything out for you so you can have seamless classes every week that you enjoy. Absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for your comments, Paul and Anne, and everybody else that's going to watch. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to give it a little thumbs up. Don't forget to share it over your social media with your friends, your family. Tell people about it, because I want to try and grow this as organically as I can. If you enjoy it, share it. It could help those around you just as much. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, become a part of our community. I would love to have you. Because after all, it's all for you. Okay, so have an amazing day. Enjoy it. Don't forget to hit that foam roller now, okay? It's going to help take the tension away, take that soreness. Your wrist is probably going to be sore, so don't forget the foam roll here, especially the meaty part here. It's going to really help take away that tension. And hopefully I'll see you tomorrow for that lower body prehab, where we can isolate those hips that connect with the lower back. So if you have lower back pain or soreness or stiffness or any hip issues, tomorrow is going to be the one for you, okay? Have an amazing day, and I look forward to seeing you again. Take care. If you need me, drop me a message. Take care. See you soon.